Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Rainmakers Roundup. I'm your host, Mark Iorio, and today I have with me my good man, good friend, Jeff Platt. What's going on, brother?
Good day, man. It's a good day.
Good day.
Yes.
CEO of Kokua Technologies. Tell us about Kokua, Jeff, please.
Wow. Okay. So Kokua Technologies is we're an outsourced MSP. We do work for small and mid-sized companies. Anything that is technology, from very large installations to residential.
Residential,
Yes.
which is unusual, right? Is for an MSP, isn't that a little different?
It's very unusual, but everybody goes home. So before the pandemic, we've always done residential. The other day, I was at Ron Ravitz's house setting up a printer for him, and he happens to own a bunch of ShopRites in the area. Really great guy. Just needed a printer installed. So you never know when the next opportunity shows up.
Yeah.
So if somebody is at home and they need something, we still do that.
Yeah. When you started the business, what was your initial mission, Jeff? Did you go seek out, businesses, mid-sized businesses, small businesses? What was the initial thought about Kokua and why you started the organization?
So it goes back to 1989 when I started the company just prior to Kokua, and then turned it into Kokua in 2012. The mission is to be helpful. We do the really big stuff. We do the stuff that people don't understand, and we don't talk down to anybody. So when I say, we have this conversation about residential and everybody thinks small, we took a company that had 60 locations and we moved all 60 locations to the cloud. It was a $1.2 million project. But as odd as it sounds, I've always told everybody that I would never be on TV and I would never be on a billboard. So you're making a liar out of me right here.
You're on TV.
I'm on TV.
And I'm going to put you on a billboard. I'm going to get you on a billboard. I mean, when we post this on LinkedIn, it's going to be better than being on a billboard.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's good stuff.
Tell us what Kokua means. It's a Hawaiian term, right?
Kokua is Hawaiian for help. It is the holistic help. It's the shirt off our back. We walk into places where people are, they're being taken advantage of, or they're being talked down to. They don't understand the technology. They need it to just work. And there are a lot of people in my space that don't do it the way that I do it. So ultimately, all we want to be is helpful. And by coming out and being helpful, we make relationships.
And in the IT world, I mean, a lot of people are afraid of IT, Jeff. It's that fear factor. I think a lot of people feel like, I don't know how to quite fix this. I'm not really sure how this works. And you're right. A lot of people are taken advantage of in the world of IT, right?
They are, and there are a lot of people that are driven by either ego or by money, and neither one of them work with me. I do absolutely nothing for money.
So for people that know you, and you and I met not too long ago.
And yet we've known each other forever.
Forever, yeah. There's an instant bond. There's an instant connection, good chemistry. It feels so friendly. It feels so natural. And for all the people out there that know Jeff Platt and know what kind of a person he is, you're always very helpful. You're always trying to help people. You're connecting people, and you've got a busy schedule. Kokua is a busy business, isn't it?
It is. We are incredibly blessed with the number of clients that we have and the work that we're able to do. So I'm afforded certain abilities because I own it.
Yeah.
So we got a call the other day from 10th Memorial Baptist Church, and they were a referral of a company that I know. And the situation was the database on one of the computers that they need, the computer had crashed. And it was a dire need, so I went out there and took a look at it. I actually did that one.
Did you?
The neat thing about that is, with COVID and everything else, the church isn't bringing in money. They're in a really tough spot. They can't connect with their people without the database. So the deal that I made with them is the number of hours that it took to go out, do the diagnostic, buy a new computer, and get their data over to the new computer and into a new system. The total bill for them, for all of it, is going to be $0.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Why do you do what you do? Where's that coming from you? There's a lot of people won't do that.
I don't know a lot of people that would do that. It's a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
You know, ultimately, it is all about me, and it makes me feel good to be helpful. So people that are in a situation like that, and this isn't an ask. You know, this isn't like I'm looking for people who want stuff done for free.
Right.
It's a situation that showed up in front of me. I was able to help. I was grateful, you know, to be able to do it. The church does good work.
Yeah.
You know, so let's allow them to do their stuff without further punishing them.
Yeah. Is most of your business referral? I mean, do you get a lot of referral business, or do you I know you have people out there. I know some of your business development folks, and are you getting business as a result of knocking on doors, or is it 50-50? How do you get new business typically?
Joe Silva and Ben Hecht would tell you differently, I'm
Yeah.
certain. All of my business has been referral.
Yeah.
People talk to somebody who talks to somebody, and somebody has a need, and all of a sudden, do you know Jeff Platt?
Right.
One of the neatest things when we got a check from the state of Colorado. So we have hardware installed in 28 states now. People think. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter to me.
Right.
We were referred to a company out in Colorado, and then referred to the state. And now we're doing work for the state out there. And it's just neat.
That's great.
You know.
What do you think? So the word Kokua means help, right? Mm-hmm. So you're out there helping organizations that are looking for IT services, MSP services, right? What do you think makes the business different, and how do you get? So twofold question here, Jeff. How do you get it's a trick question, right?
Great.
Not really. But how do you get everyone in the organization to follow the purpose that you put together for Kokua? How do you do that?
That goes to the hiring. Kokua creates a culture, and the culture is being helpful. Mm-hmm. And we all believe that the client isn't always right, but we do everything in their best interest.
Okay.
So another one of the differences with Kokua as far as MSPs go and what separates us, mm-hmm. we have many different flavors of offerings. So we do have our own cloud offering. It is proprietary. Mm-hmm. And our cloud offering is cloud desktops, cloud servers. It's not just cloud storage.
Okay.
And it is your own space.
Okay.
Okay, so where there are other companies that will get a lot of space and then stuff as many people as they can into it.
Yep.
For profit.
Yeah.
We create individual spaces for clients as small as 4 people. So there's a 4-person law firm in Philly right now that's using our cloud space. We do things not just the all-inclusive, mm-hmm. not just, you got to pay me at least $5,000 a month or we're not talking.
Right.
Our prices start at $25 a month per PC, $50 a month per server. And at that point, you get the monitoring, you get antivirus, anti-spyware, you get the Windows updates, you get a monthly report on the health of your system, mm-hmm. and then from there, we're hourly. And our hourly rates are $135 an hour for basic technology and $165 an hour for design.
Wow.
So we're cheap.
Yeah, you are.
But we're fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so the values for my company are honesty, integrity, transparency, and fairness.
Right.
We just signed a company with 5 locations in Manhattan. They're used to paying upwards to $300 an hour for tech,
Oh,
and
yeah,
in Manhattan,
sure.
of course.
Yeah.
So now, they looked at us and said, $135 an hour, who are you, and how could you possibly?
Make money.
Right.
Right.
And yet we do.
Yeah.
We're really good. It doesn't take us long to do this stuff. I just have really excellent technicians, and they're not level 1.
Can you explain what, for a lot of the audience out there, Jeff, a lot of people are kind of not really sure as to what, you mentioned spyware a few minutes ago, or malware or whatever. How do you protect your clients from getting hacked into? And there's a lot of bad actors out there, a lot of people that are trying to get into your data and steal your information, right? How does all that work so that the audience understands what Kokua is doing for its clientele?
A lot of it comes down to training. We explain to the clients what they want, what the bad actors would want, and how they would go about getting it. If I take your house and I put 6 different locks on the front door, and I tell you that it is completely secure, and somebody knocks on the door and says, they've got candy, and you unlock it,
Right.
they're in.
They're in, yeah.
We have a program called Kokua SPF, and what it does with email is really interesting. It takes all of the email that comes in and it puts it through a filter first. It goes to a different location, not their post office.
Okay.
Okay? And it does certain checks. If the mail says it's coming from Microsoft, it does a check and sees whether or not it actually is coming from Microsoft.
Okay.
If it isn't, that piece of email never makes it to their post office, never makes it to their phone, their computer, never gives them an opportunity to click on it.
Okay.
All right? So that's a couple of dollars a month per mailbox. It's incredibly cheap. We're not here to make tons of money. We're here to protect people.
Yeah.
So those kind of programs and explaining the what and how things operate will enable people to do better protection on themselves.
Because a lot of times people they don't recognize an email and they click on it. The next thing they know, they have a virus in their system, right? How about the misconception of organizations that are small, that are like 1 or 2 person, 3 person, 4 person organizations? They don't need my data, right? That's what a lot of people think. You mentioned thinking earlier. They don't need my data, but all of a sudden, right, they're hacked into, and they're being faced with a Bitcoin bill of several $1,000s to pay off the bad actors. How does that work?
It brings up a story. I got a phone call from a guy down in Boca Raton, and he called me up late on a Friday, maybe around 6:30 Friday night, and he left me a message, and he said, got your name from somebody. We have a virus, and I know it's late on Friday. Give me a call on Monday. So about 7 o'clock Friday night, I called him up, and we started talking, and he had the crypto virus, and all of his stuff was encrypted.
Wow.
So I asked him how old he was. And he asked me why that mattered. And I wanted to know whether or not he was ready to retire because all his stuff was gone.
Wow.
The IT company that he was working with set up his backup that was on-site, no off-site backup.
Okay.
So his on-site backup was also encrypted.
Oh my.
The person that opened the virus email opened it 3 times.
Oh boy.
So it was encrypted 3 times. So we needed 3 keys to decrypt it.
Okay.
And his options were retire, start from scratch, or we can negotiate and see if we can get the price down for getting his stuff back.
Oh my goodness.
I would say that there's 2 kinds of computer users. those that have lost everything, and those that will.
Wow.
And that's it.
Wow.
So we created a cloud for him. We negotiated to get his data back. We put it all up in the cloud, all secure. Their people cannot access the stuff without two-factor authentication.
Yeah.
All right, so all of the people that work for this firm in Boca Raton, when they go to access the data says, okay, give me the 6-digit key.
Yep.
They have to open their phone, and the key is good for 30 seconds.
Wow.
So setting up security, making sure that people are safer. One person can ruin it for everybody.
For everyone, yeah.
Yeah.
Great, unfortunate story, but great story. Thank you. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk to you more about what's going on at Kokua and why you do what you do and how you help people, right? What do you think of that? We'll be right back after a message from our sponsors. Don't go away.
This plus this equals this plus this and this. Don't drink and drive.
Listen, what will make your event simply beautiful? Is it your attire, your decorations, your entertainment? Well, join me, Alicia Simone, as I chat with some amazing vendors and clientele who will share their stories and images and their experiences. Right here on RVN TV, Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. and Wednesday at 4 p.m. It will be simply beautiful. See you then.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Boardwalks built for fun. Legendary.
Welcome back to Rainmakers Roundup. I'm your host, Mark Iorio. I'm with my buddy over here, Jeff Platt, talking about Kokua Technologies. And, before the break, actually during the break, our illustrious leader came in here and wanted to talk to us about, a lot of people were working from home with this whole pandemic, Jeff. And it's, I mean, for me, it's, I go into the office, but I can work from home. I can work remotely. But people don't realize that they're they're vulnerable at home as well, right? I mean, they're, no matter where you are, you're bringing that laptop or your phone with you, right? Which is a computer, and it's hackable, isn't it?
It is. So I'm going to try to describe the design and give you an idea of a little bit of how things work with us.
Okay.
All right. If I have a laptop at home and my kids have their computer at home and we're on that same network, okay? So it's our own private internal network, and my kids open up an email that has the crypto virus on it. That virus will crawl across the network and infect my computer.
Sure.
Because my computer's on that network.
Yep.
Okay, so we have devices now where we come in and at the home, we split the network.
Okay.
Okay, so whatever that pipe is, 100% of that internet pipe, we can take that pipe and we can split it so that 80% goes to the parents who are running businesses, and 20% goes to the kids who are doing their schoolwork.
Right.
Okay, we can also separate it with different IP address schemes where the kids are on their own network and they can't see any of the stuff on the parents' network.
Okay.
So there isn't the crossover.
No crossover, yeah.
Any of the people that are running businesses out of their home can make it safer by doing the separation. Then I can take it a step further and explain Stratus, which is our cloud offering, okay, where the computer at home does nothing.
Okay.
It connects to a computer in the cloud.
Okay.
Okay, so now, back in the day, when you would remote control another computer, you would go home, you would remote control the computer in the office. This is sort of the same.
Okay.
So we create a computer that's in the cloud and a server that's in the cloud.
Right.
And now this is your cloud office.
Got it.
Okay?
Yep.
So immediately, it means that you can be anywhere and work. It also means that the computer at home doesn't need to be fast, doesn't need to be new, because all it's doing is connecting to your computer in the cloud.
Got it.
When it connects to the cloud, keyboard goes up the pipe, and video comes down, and that's it. But that piece of equipment in front of you is now a dumb terminal.
Okay.
And the computer in the cloud, not getting the virus.
Is protected.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so yeah, people have to be more aware of the fact that, as they work remotely, as they work from home, whether they're working from their laptop or working from their phone. They shouldn't be working from their phone, by the way, anyway. But there are ways to protect them at home. And, a lot of times people are really just kind of they're out on the web just searching stuff. And there's so many, it looks so real. Like you're going to get an email from, say, American Express or your bank, Chase Bank or whatever. And it's not the bank. You have to look at where the email is coming from. And so when you talked about training and getting people to recognize that this could be a virus, don't click on this, right? That's one way of doing it, but then there's the other way of where you put that mail server in there where it actually gets sifted or shifted over to a filter, right, before it comes into your mailbox.
Right. It's all going to look real. The one person that gets the virus, one of the first things that happens is the virus is going to take the entire address book.
Yeah.
So now the virus has the ability of sending out emails to people that person knows.
Yes.
Showing up as coming from other people. that person knows.
How about passwords? What advice do you give to people about passwords? Some people use the same password for every single thing they're doing. What advice when you train people? What do you tell them about passwords?
I tell them to make it unique and long with special characters in it.
Yeah.
And then I tell them to save the password in their phone in a contact. So let's say I have a Microsoft account.
Yep.
And I'm going to save my Microsoft password in my phone.
Right.
Okay, so I create a contact that's called Microsoft, and I say last four, zip, and regular characters.
Okay.
And for me, that translates into the last four digits or letters of whatever, but it's a code. I'm not writing down the actual password.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I'm creating a code so that I remember what the password is.
Got it.
But again, with our system, the two-factor authentication makes it a whole lot more secure.
Yep.
So
Yep.
if you're going to access something and you can't touch that data without keying in a 6-digit code that's only good for 30 seconds, you're better protected.
Yeah, of course. All right, couple questions here. We're coming to the end of the show, believe it or not. But
Time flies with
I know,
you, man.
I love chatting with you. What did you say to me the other day? You said, "How long's the show? 4 hours?"
It's got to be. I got so many stories.
If you were sitting next to no, I'm not even going to say younger Jeff Platt because you're so young, man. You're such a young dude.
I refuse to grow up.
If you were giving advice to a person coming into the business like Kokua, what do you think you've learned that could really help that person understand what pitfalls are out there that they need to look out for?
I'm not exactly sure the direction of the question. So if I go back to what I've learned.
Yeah, what did you learn?
In these years? To stay true to myself. That while everybody out there is doing what they're doing, if it doesn't ring true for me, then it's not for me. Making millions of dollars is a wonderful thing. It's just not my goal.
Right.
And I'm not saying that I didn't already do it, but nobody's going to know.
Right.
I'm incredibly happy. I'm incredibly blessed. We do really well. The people at my company do well. Everybody is taken care of. My office administrator, if you took a look at what her normal salary would be, she made more than twice that last year because I bonus her.
Right.
When we do well, everybody does well. So what have I learned? I've learned to treat people well. I've learned that there are certain people that will never treat me well, and that's okay. I've learned that my circle, when it was very large, had people in it that just shouldn't be in it. And then I've moved them out. And ultimately, I am just true to me. I want to be happy. I want to have fun. It's almost boat in the water season.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love having you on the show, man. Who inspires you?
My wife inspires me. You're going to make me cry.
No, you're not. She's a good lady, right? You're blessed.
I am absolutely blessed.
Yeah.
She is one of the most intelligent people I've ever met in my life.
That's cool.
And I am blessed to know her.
That's great. And you know what? A lot of people out there know Jeff Platt and know that you inspire a lot of people because you exude that confidence in others. You bring yourself out there so that other people understand that you're out there to help. And for me, as a good friend of yours, I appreciate it. There's a lot of people out there that could use help, and you're there to give it. Thank you.
I'm just helpful.
Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure, my friend. Thank you.
You're welcome. Can you tell everybody how to get in touch with Kokua, please? That camera right there, buddy.
Kokua Technologies, 856-396-9240. You can also send an email to help@itskokua.com. That's help@itskokua.com. kokua.com.
Awesome. Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. You're welcome. That was a great interview with Jeff. Please, everyone, if you need IT help or any other help, not all kind, not any kind
A
of
ride
help.
to the bank.
A ride to the anything.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, a couple bucks. Call Jeff. Anyway, that's a wrap. We'll see you next time on Rainmakers Roundup. Have a wonderful and safe week, everyone, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thanks, brother. Take care, everyone.